Cricket from the coat hangers, and you're listening to Drop the Mic.
This chaos. 1,000 people in an iron box. 18 years I've hated the train. 18 years I've waited for this moment.
This is your world. The train saved humanity.
The engine lasts forever. The population must always be kept in balance.
I said sit down.
Passengers, eternal order flows from the sacred engine. We must occupy our preordained position. I belong to the front. You belong to the tail. Know your place. Keep your place.
Those bastards in the front think they own us.
We'll be different when we get there.
What you say?
We take the engine. And we control the world.
When is the time?
Soon.
This is disorder.
We're going to the front. Open the gate.
We know you well, Mr. Curtis. We've been watching you. Precisely 74% of you shall die. Everybody back!
I'm not a leader.
You're already our leader.
This is your destiny.
Welcome back to our podcast. We are your hosts for the evening, Mr. James Warney, Diego Luna, and I, Wesley Swanson. We also have the return of our musical pioneers, Mr. Admiral Atlas and DJ Onarres. What's up, guys?
Hey, what up? How's it going?
Pretty good. How is everyone?
Chilling, bro.
Doing good.
We're fine.
Nice.
Doing dandy.
All right, this is episode 163, Train, Cars, and Protein Barz.
Oh, nice.
Oh, man.
It's going to be a look back on a 2013's Snowpiercer flick, courtesy of our own James Warney. But before we dive into that crazy film, let's talk some news.
And now for a special news report. Brought to you by Drop the Mic.
All right, James, so this is your time to shine. Let's do it.
Oh, all right. Okay, so it looks like J.J. Abrams is taking a Justice League Dark series to HBO Max. Also, it looks like he's also working on a Shining spin-off called The Overlook.
I heard about that, yeah.
Pretty interesting stuff. How do you guys feel about both of those? I mean, either of those are...
I like the Justice League Dark one by... Is it J.J. Abrams?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, dude. He could already...
J.J. Abrams is sick, dude.
Yeah. Can't wait to see...
I feel like you said he's going to do something for The Shining called The Overlook, and that's the name of the hotel, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be just like a HBO series, like seasons?
Yeah, for their new streaming service.
That's going to be dope. J.J. Abrams is dope, dude. I like that fool.
Yeah, he comes out with some good stuff. So HBO actually, or Warner Brothers actually released the release date for their HBO Max streaming service, which is coming out next month on the 27th. So was it already scheduled to come out then, or did they move it up? Do you know? Does anybody know?
No, really, I'm not too sure.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Is HBO part of like Amazon Prime already, or like is that like the thing? Is that a thing?
No, that's their own thing.
Oh man!
So it's gonna be like how like it's basically like Warner Brothers Disney Plus. So like it's their version of Disney Plus or their version of Netflix.
They're all branching out.
Right. Everyone's having a streaming service now, so
like everyone has their own comedy show.
Yeah. What else do we got here? It looks like One Punch Man is getting a live action movie.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I've seen like episode 1, and that shit's pretty wild. So it's like, it'd be crazy. I don't know. Basically, like a normal person that does like regular stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be fun.
I saw that. That was part of my news. That was part of my news too. That's pretty dope.
And it's the writers from Venom.
Oh, really?
So they're going to be taking a shot at this. I don't know if it's going to be how successful it's going to be because of the whitewashing of live action anime. So
yeah,
whatever.
I'd still watch. I would
still watch it. I think Ghost in the Shell was good. So
okay.
What else? Oh, Venom 2. We got a title for their movie.
Yeah, part of my news.
Let There Be Carnage. I was kind of hoping to see something more than just the title, but probably sometime by the end of the summer we'll see something.
The title is like for that little thing was like going to really lead into a trailer, like
yeah, I thought it was, but I can't wait for that to come out, or at least get another trailer for that.
Ghost him, dude. He's our Carnage, dude.
What else do we got? Oh, The Mandalorian already got renewed for a season 3. Season 2 is not even out yet. So I mean, Disney Plus is. I mean, good for them. Kudos to them for pushing out more product. That way, we have more things to watch during this stuff. But that's not coming out probably for another 2 years, 3 years, maybe.
Yep.
So it basically got signed and picked up for another 2 more seasons.
Yes, I know.
Like, how futuristic is that going to be from like the timeline we know now? From like, you know, like
yeah, it'd be cool to see them jump forward a little bit, or kind of go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
What else do we got? So you guys are all familiar with Funko Pops?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they released someone took a picture of the back of a Wonder Woman 84 Funko Pop, and it usually shows all of the other figures that are supposed to be coming along with that set, and you can see you can see the version of what's her name, Kristen Wiig.
Cheetah. Right?
Yeah, you can see the final form of Cheetah. So I don't know how accurate that is, but
I'm excited for a live action Cheetah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Hopefully, it doesn't look like cats too much, but.
We're really gonna get into furries now, probably.
Furry culture.
I got 2 more pieces of news here. So, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. James Gunn actually went into a little bit of detail in this movie and said that to expect a main character from this group to die in Guardians 3.
Yeah, I was seeing that in the comic.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
So I don't know who it's going to be, Drax, because I know Batista's kind of trying to get away from that and go do other things. But I don't know. He kind of lost this little trust with Disney after they got rid of Gunn that a couple of years ago.
I feel like it's going to be Lotus.
Wait, who's Lotus?
The chick.
Or what is the chick that's
Mantis.
like the one
Mantis, dude.
Mantis, whatever.
I think so. Why?
Lotus, right? Fucking Mantis. I don't know. I feel like she can be expendable. Yeah.
But that's why I feel like that's too obvious. They would have to.
That's too predictable.
Maybe Rocket, dude. Rocket.
Yeah, I know. They said. I know he said they're going to go a lot into more detail and backstory for Rocket too, because I know in Guardians 1 you see the scars and stuff, like the mechanical stuff on his back.
To see his robotics and stuff.
Because think about part 2, they focus on what's his name a lot. Like he has a big part in that film.
Star Guardian.
Fucking Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker.
Yeah.
And then he ends up sacrificing himself. So there's a pattern here, maybe.
Oh, leave it up to Wes to predict the future like that.
Damn, like that?
Swan future.
Just a theory.
We got pretty much all because of the coronavirus. Pretty much all of the whole slate for the not Universal DC Universe kind of got pushed back and moved around and shuffled. So those dates have all been mixed up. If you want to go find out which one's coming out, they all got pushed back pretty much like 6 to a year, 6 months to a year.
Wow. You know what? Honestly, they might need the time. So fuck.
Oh yeah,
fine.
It helps them get a little more time to be more creative as well. So,
more out.
All right,
you'll be better at it, maybe.
Figure out what they're gonna do with Ezra.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, and what's her name? The freaking Mira, dude.
Oh, fucking. What's her name? Yeah.
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, yeah.
Oh shit.
Poor Johnny. He's on Instagram now, so go follow him. I guess if you're a fan, of him.
The Johnny Depps is on Instagram.
Yeah, he just
into Johnny Depps.
Yeah,
that's memeable.
My last bit of news, Diego might be able to go into a little more detail with this one, but it looks like a lot of the roster from the WWE is no longer working right now because of the virus. I think the numbers were like half of the roster was kind of let go or kind of put on notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go. Do you want me to go into it? Right,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
He tagged you in, bro. Tag team.
Oh damn! That hot tag. Yeah. I felt it. So what happened is that they released over 12 or 14 wrestlers that were on the roster. They forward-loaded a bunch of road agents and a lot of staff in the office.
Mm-hmm.
So, and mind you, they did this a day before they were bragging that they were sitting on $500 million, which looks super bad in the long hold. And they also created a fund for they gave Florida $80 million or something like that, or $18 million.
Okay.
Because Linda McMahon, Vince McMahon's wife, actually works it's in the Trump administration, and it was so controversial. Even the deputy attorney was making headlines on this because he was against the fact that they made wrestling an essential work in the state of Florida, and which is these guys have been controversial as of late. The fact that Vince McMahon filed for Chapter 11 for the XFL, and he didn't pay over $300 million to whoever was in charge, or the executives that were in charge. I mean, all around, WWE looks super bad. I know that they had the lowest ratings in these last couple of days. They had a low on people paying their network subscription. So, I mean, they really fucked up on this. Sorry for my language, but they really messed up, and they did this. And to me, I don't approve of it. I got rid of my network subscription because of this. I'm totally against that. They fired one of my friends who was a camera worker for them.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, they actually fired him a day before they announced they were forward-loading everybody, but he actually did get fired. He wasn't forward-loaded. So,
that sucks.
For me, it hit home the fact that happened. And so...
That's crazy. Somebody affected by that shit. That's nuts.
And I'm just in shock by what they did, especially because they bragged about having $500 million in their bank account, and it just bothers me because they're probably one of the companies that probably took some of the small business loans and stuff. That a lot of small businesses were counting on. So
true.
It just made me mad about how they went about the things and stuff, and they could have easily paid everybody for maybe 6 months, dude. It's like a fraction of what they're making, you know, and send everybody